What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the Nightly Nonsense Podcast.
10.
I'm your host, Adam. I'm here with Dave and Chris. Boys, we've made it. 10 episodes.
Wow.
We're legit now. There's no turning back now.
No turning back. Sponsors keep popping up left and right. Honestly, everyone wants to work with us. It's actually, we've been turning sponsors away at this point. So
Exactly. Turning them down.
Now's the time to act. If you're out there and you're listening, you got to get in on the ground floor.
Hit us up because we are going to the moon, baby.
So would you say, are we 10 episodes in? Are we where you expected we'd be? Are we further along? Because personally, the fact that we have 3 legitimate sponsors that we get cash back from is unbelievable. To think that we made it to that point in 10 episodes to me is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
I think we're past what I expected. And just even our flow and our rhythm and things like that have gotten so much better. Just our last episode, I thought, was the best one we've done yet, even though Dave malfunctioned at the end and just dropped out the universe.
Don't worry. Restarted the computer this afternoon so we wouldn't have that issue again.
Also,
unbelievable.
Just incredibly embarrassing on specifically my part, because Chris, I think Dave said you were searching something maybe on another computer, but the fact that we're just looking at each other and it took me over a minute to realize that Dave was gone. It's kind of a tough look.
Really shows my lack of importance to the podcast.
As I texted them and I was like, yep, it took 1 minute and 23 seconds for us to even notice that Dave had dropped off the pod.
That's tough because we're literally just looking at each other and it took us that long, so that's tough.
But it worked out so perfectly because that led to me filling some time, which led to us talking about the beverages, which led to the soda question, which was right on the money, 29, and we closed out the wavelength game. I think we'll talk about it a little bit better, but 1 through 50 was such an amazing feat to accomplish that I think just for your guys' enjoyment, we're going to move on to a new game this episode. So we'll talk about that more later.
Wavelength may make a return at some point, but for now, it's put on the back burner.
And Dave, be honest, did you think, obviously, when you got your computer and you came back on, did you think Chris and I were lying that he got it right?
100%. Because I get back on and you guys are both you'll never believe this. He got number 29, and I'm like, no, you guys are you're joking around with me because I died, my computer died. Didn't believe you at all. And then you're like, no, you have to go back and watch the episode. So I literally went back the next day, watched the full thing, and when that happened, I was just in absolute shock. Mostly, though, disappointed that I missed it. Really disappointed.
But
how about
I don't know if Chris would have got it if you left because, you said, kind of that extra time to think things over. And he's like, no, you know what? I'm going to ask one more question.
Yep. And it was the perfect question and the perfect answer too. But how about we do this? When we get to either 100 views on one episode on YouTube.
Okay.
Our first episode does have 100 views, by the way, but a future episode.
Yeah, but that was some initial hype, and the average listen time was 5 minutes, so we know it's not our avid listeners that are still listening now, so I'm not going to count them.
Yeah.
So when we get to, how about we say subscribers? We'll say 100 subscribers.
Perfect.
I like that.
100 subs on the YouTube, or 100 listens on the Spotify.
Yep.
Or 100,000 followers on Instagram.
100,000 followers.
Then for that, we will break out wavelengths 1 through 100, and we won't quit until we get it.
Bingo.
And
Sound
not
good?
only that, how about we will pull a random subscriber to participate in the wavelength game with us.
Love it.
I love that.
And
perfect.
1 to 100 until we get it correct.
Amazing. So I think we have to talk about a little bit where we go from here. Now that we're on episode 10, I think we'll continue to shoot up, continue to improve. I know that we've talked a little bit about doing a little more content on a weekly basis. We have some ideas on some stuff with that. So more interviews in the future. So I think that the future is bright for the Nightly Nonsense Podcast.
Yeah, what you don't have to worry about is we are not going anywhere because, as we've said on show and off the show, even if we had 3 listens a week and it was just the 3 of us, we're still coming in here every week. We're talking. We're having a good time.
Exactly.
I have one thing to say though. For the people out there that listen to the whole episode and then text us your thoughts or text us ideas or text us whatever, comment it somewhere.
Yep.
Engage with the feed. Engage with the video.
Don't do it privately.
Spotify.
We need people. We need people to engage with the brand. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Exactly. We've had people like tear us apart in text messages. Throw it. I don't care if you're tearing me apart or not on
Get
social
a little
media.
chat going.
Exactly.
I was going to say, the number of people that have just put me on absolute blast for my Harry Potter take, do it in the socials.
Exactly.
Get people on board.
The amount of people
Ignite a conversation with your other Nightly Nonsense fans, you know?
And the amount of people who have asked me about how I felt about being called a caterpillar, put it in the comments.
Yeah. Dave's not a caterpillar. Defend him in the comments.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. I'm a beautiful butterfly, damn it.
Or a piggyback. Double down on it. He is a caterpillar.
Exactly.
Either way, do it in the comments.
If you feel that I'm a caterpillar, let me hear it. I don't care. I'm not sensitive.
And like Chris said also, if you have suggestions, put them in the comments. You can text them to us as well, but maybe we'll put it into an episode. We'll give you a little shout out.
Exactly. Yep. Love it.
All right, boys. So it's around that time of year, a very controversial topic that I think we need to touch on. When do you guys start setting up for Christmas?
I'm the day after Thanksgiving guy, personally. I got to get to Thanksgiving, but I have no qualms with Black Friday day after decking the house out in Christmas decor. But I got to get to Thanksgiving personally.
So are you a nothing is hitting the house Christmas themed until after Thanksgiving? Are you a slow churn?
No, so my parents, they're a slow churn. My parents are slow churn. Like I went over there this past weekend and they have like those like Christmas candles in the windows, but nothing else. Like my mom hasn't put anything outside, hadn't put anything inside, but there's candles just appeared in the window. So I'm like, oh, Christmas is on the horizon. But then like, I think that they kind of are a wait until after Thanksgiving type people also. I bought a couple things this weekend because they were on sale. Yep. And they haven't made their way to the basement yet, but I'm not going to put them out until after
doing a little Christmas prep, but nothing's being taken out, put on display until after Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Chris, tell us about your house.
I was going to say, Chris, you're being awfully quiet over there.
Okay. All right. I have to be careful here because I do have some very strong Christmas fans in the family, in the immediate family here. I also have a very strong take on this because my birthday is December 7th. So it goes. So technically for me, there's 2 holidays in between now and Christmas.
Yeah.
I logged in and I saw the show notes today and I saw we were going to be talking about this and I immediately sent them a picture of a fully decorated Christmas tree already completely ready to go in our basement. There will be 3 more Christmas trees put up in our household.
4 total trees?
4 total trees.
Oh my gosh.
Full size, a couple little guys?
All full boys.
Okay.
We may need to get your wife on the show.
All decked to the reins.
We need to have an intervention, I think.
I'll
put her on blast.
We've both been to your home, so where's the location? You said 1 in the basement. Where are the other 3 going?
There will be 1 upstairs by the fireplace. There will be 1 in Alexa's office.
Okay.
And there's a floater right now. We don't know where it's going to go yet. So maybe it might just be 3. It might just be 3. It could also be 4. I'm not sure. But
a floater.
Yeah, I don't know. They're beautiful, and she does a great job decorating them. Really, it's like they're amazing, and the whole house really does transition to like a beautiful Christmas theme as we approach the holidays. But it's just too soon. We got to. I mean, Thanksgiving is a fantastic holiday, and we're just skipping it. And I had the same thing. So this is what I said about the Starbucks cups coming out, right? So they go straight to Christmas. But what is like? You're trying to tell me that there's not a market out there for them to do some fall cups with some turkey cups? Like, why can't they do a Thanksgiving cup and have just the same? Like, I feel like they're playing into the card of like, hey, we're going to put this out so early that it's going to enrage people, that people are going to go out and get it and take pictures of it and show it just because it's going to enrage other people.
So
it could be good marketing.
Well, so right by our office,
we're talking about it.
Right by our office, there's a Starbucks. So sometimes a group of us will walk over, and you don't get the holiday cup, at least right now, unless you get one of the holiday beverages.
Yep.
So like I just got like a normal cold brew and I got a normal cup, but the cup is out early. So I don't know. I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'm a no Christmas till after Thanksgiving guy. Usually I say no Christmas till after my birthday, but they usually fall around the same time. And I have no power really over anything in my house. This is the one hill that I die on, and this is the one thing that I actually win on. I don't get to watch what's on TV. I don't get to decide really anything else, but no Christmas tree until after Thanksgiving. But you better believe as soon as we're up on Black Friday, I'm immediately sent downstairs to get all the boxes, and we're just throwing up Christmas all over the house.
Yep.
But once it goes up, I'm all in. Like, I love Christmas.
This is what I do have to say in defense of the early decorators out there. Because it is a long, like, if you're doing a lot, then it is a long process, and it is a lot of work, right? Yeah. And to try and condense all of that into just the month of December while you're working, obviously a full-time job, and then trying to get it all up, and then you feel like you have to turn around and take it all down, you know, like a week after Christmas or 2 weeks after Christmas. I get it. It's there to them. It's their Super Bowl, right? So imagine doing like all your fantasy football draft prep, and then the season is 1 month long. You watch 4 games and then it's over, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so quick, it wasn't worth it. So I do get where they're coming from, but as a December birthday, it is tough, right? Because you're like, there's so much still happening before Christmas.
So I have a question. So about that, having a December birthday, did you ever feel like, and Adam, your birthday is right at the end of November.
Yes, the answer is yes. 100%.
Did you ever feel like you got shafted on the amount of gifts?
Sure, 100%. Not even close. Not even up for debate. My brother's birthday was in July, and I mean, it was basically 2 Christmases for him. Mine's just jam-packed into this. I mean, there's just financially, it makes sense why it would be like that too, because they have to buy all these other presents and things like that during the Christmas season. So, for sure, the answer is yes.
So for me personally, end of November, I haven't felt that. I guess maybe because it's the 2 separate months, I don't get lumped into Christmas because that's like a full month after. Like, it doesn't happen, but I always get a good meal around my birthday. During college, it was always nice because usually everyone was in town, so like we could do something for my birthday and everyone would be there. Like when we were turning 21, people that didn't get to celebrate their 21st birthday with some of our friends being at different colleges, everyone was in town for mine. So it's always nice that usually, you're always around family and friends. So it's nice having that birthday around Thanksgiving, but I don't. Yeah. I will say get the shaft on presents. I get 2 full holidays.
Well, your parents love you, so that makes sense. You were the best child. So, no, your sister was actually, if we're being serious. But I will say, I'm more so excited about this birthday coming up than I've been in a while. Does anybody know why?
Well, I know that turning 29 is a big deal.
No.
It's because he will be in Mexico.
On a flight to Mexico to celebrate my buddy Adam's bachelor party. Let's go.
Right there. Love that. Oh, that's right.
I did it purely for you, Chris.
And I won't be making that bus either. I'm going to leave his ass. Dave's going to be screaming it.
No. I'm going to make sure that bus includes you. I already told you that bus is going to include you. Don't you worry.
We'll see.
Don't you worry. But, actually, that's why we're going to Mexico. Sorry, Adam. We're strictly Chris's birthday.
No, I won't even bring it up one time while we're there. It's all about you, Adam.
You and I, private and separately, will take one birthday/bachelor party shot, and then after that, just full send.
Yep, and I will want one birthday kiss.
Ooh,
we'll see.
Ooh, things are getting steamy here on the Nightly Nonsense podcast.
Let's talk some ball because we're men.
Yeah. Perfect segue after talking about kissing your buddies. So the college football season, how about it? I think it literally might have been the first episode. Dave and I had a disagreement on what we thought Alabama would be. It looks like they are closer to the Alabama that Dave said they were going to be.
The Alabama Crimson Tide. They've been good. They've hit their stride. You pointed it out to me because I think my prediction is that they were going to dominate after that loss, and it took them a couple weeks, but now it appears that they have hit their stride, and I think that they could sneak their way in. They're going to backdoor their way into this college football playoff.
I mean, a lot of things need to happen. They have to win out, because if they don't win out, there's no way that a 2-loss Alabama is going to get in.
Completely. But if they beat Georgia in the SEC championship,
they're in.
They're in. And
as long as they
Michigan
don't lose a regular season game leading up to that.
Exactly. This is all under the hypothetical that they win out. But if one of Michigan or Ohio State has to lose also, because they're going to play in the Big Ten championship. So if one of those loses, which they will, and Alabama beats Georgia, I think they could sneak in there.
Dave, you're a Michigan hater. You hate on Michigan?
I hate Michigan.
Really?
Hate Michigan. I know. I bet there's some listeners out there who are going to be insulted. But Jim Harbaugh. I'm just thinking,
we can't let Perez find out about that. He's not going to be happy.
I know. My guys draft going back to episode 1 or 2 or whenever that was. I picked Dave Portnoy on my team, and I'm bashing his alma mater, but can you hear my voice raising right now? Yeah. I cannot stand the University of Michigan, and here's why. So Jim Harbaugh, I just had like a tingle go down my back. I really
nice set of dad khakis on Jim Harbaugh, though. You got to give it to him.
That guy gets on national television this past week in the middle of a cheating scandal and has the audacity to say, we have dealt with a lot of adversity and I feel like we're America's team. Why would they be America's team?
That's a hot take.
Why would they be America's team? Why would they be America's team? No one can give me a reason. They should be disliked. They're the Houston Astros. They did the same thing the Houston Astros did in baseball. Stole signs. Actually, I could argue almost worse because they sent this guy to opposing teams' games prior to playing them and had them spying on the opposing team's play calls and then used that to prepare so that they could beat them. And in baseball, everyone was ready to completely lock up the entire Houston Astros team and front office.
I mean, same thing with the Patriots in the NFL when I mean, that one hit a lot closer to home here in St. Louis because they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, but now the Rams are gone, so screw the Rams. But I mean, same thing. There's a lot of people that don't like the Patriots for that reason.
Exactly. And no one's out here saying that the Patriots are America's team. If anything, Patriots are a very disliked team. So that had me just the blood boiling. I don't like Michigan. Anyone who knows me too knows I'm kind of a big SEC guy, so I'm biased. So like, I'll take that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not biased in my opinion, but that just struck a chord with me. I just do not like Jim Harbaugh at all.
Well, and how about the was it the assistant coach that came on and did that like after game interview? I didn't watch the game. I just saw that clip. And it's like, all right, act like you've been there or act like you're prepared for this position at all, dude. Like, you're next in line.
Cry.
You have no business crying over this right now. Like, what are you doing?
And what? They're the number, I think, during that game where they beat the number 3 team in the country. And yeah, you beat another ranked opponent, but you were still the favorite in that game. And
and he's crying, talking about how they won that game for Jim Harbaugh, and like, dude, he's not dead. And I should like.
He's in a hotel room 3 miles away.
Like, exactly.
Let's be honest. He was in the bleachers stealing signs.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the guy with the binoculars just.
And that's him with those big old glasses he's got
a
on.
hat with one of those like little propellers on the top of it, some big glasses.
I know. Someone called Jim Harbaugh. He's got Penn State's entire playbook memorized at this point. Dude, it's unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, gosh.
I actually didn't think I was going to have much to offer on this segment, but I actually have some great content for you guys right here.
Ooh, give it to
So,
me.
I've been cold betting the NFL. It just hasn't been the year for the NFL. I think the what they say the numbers say to go for it and stuff like that has been destroying the overs and things like that. So I've been cold, but I've been hot on college football crazily because I don't really know that much about it.
Who's doing it for you?
Listen to what happened at the wedding of Nick's the weekend of Nick's wedding.
Okay.
This was what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So I'm in Missouri, so I can't place my bets on DraftKings. So I text my buddy in Chicago, and I say, hey, put this bet in for me. Oklahoma State plus 5.5, Purdue plus 32.5, Alabama -3, and Arizona plus 2.5.
Okay.
So it was
Did Arizona play
at a line of
plus
32.
1,300. Plus 1,300.
Yeah.
1 unit?
Then, yeah, 1 unit. And so then,
Okay.
and then he rode with me. So he put a 1 unit on it as well. So then I'm drunk the whole day, right? And like I'm watching some of these games, but I'm not. And then the reception comes around, and there's no way I'm watching these games because I'm talking to people, blah, blah, blah. I wake up to this text. You're going to hate me.
Uh-oh.
So Michigan was on the 1 yard line all 3 other games had cashed so far. Michigan's on the 1 yard line about to score and be up 36 and lose the bet. I had the chance to cash out for $18 and Purdue literally had not scored a TD or gotten close all game. Of course, they storm down and score a crazy last second TD to backdoor cover. He cashed it out for $18. We would have won 260.
That's garbage.
Oh no!
I think he owes me that money, right?
Did you have any text messages like asking you like, "Hey, dude, this is what's going on. Should we cash out?"
No, he sent
He
one.
just made the executive decision.
So he sent one at 9 and said, "Should I cash out for 30?" No response because I'm blacked by then.
Right.
The next one came in at 10:01.
And
he
that was
didn't.
just
And that was
it,
just.
and it was cashed.
Oh,
dude.
My gosh, dude.
Also, only giving you one opportunity.
He owes me that
That's
money,
true.
right? Because
I agree.
in that circumstance,
agree.
he's my bookie. So like, and
Yeah.
I didn't ask for that. I would have for sure never cashed out because you guys know me. I don't cash out. What do I look like? A coward?
No. Yeah,
guy that
exactly.
cashes
You
out.
got to ride. You got to ride or die.
So I
Jeez.
responded. I said, so we would have cashed, and he said, "Yep, I was watching every game." I said, "Chill, just Venmo me like 100." And he said, "You wish."
I think
Dude, that's rough.
because you were just asking him to place it for you. You didn't ask him to ride with you. He chose to make that decision. He can't make that decision for both of you.
Yep.
And you didn't tell him that he had the authority to make the decisions for you.
No, it was nonsense. And then the other thing that happened on that same day was I put a a 3-team parlay. I think it was Texas. I forget who it was, but I bet with my buddy James. And it was
Shout
the
out
worst
James.
bet of all
Shout
time.
out
No,
James.
don't shout out James. James is
Screw
the worst.
you, James.
Screw you, James.
Hey,
Because
I like
he's just
James.
he's the kind of guy that doesn't believe.
Shut up, Dave.
I told him so many times. So like we would look up and I think we bet against Texas. I don't know who it was. I think we bet against Texas.
Okay.
We took the
Good
spread. I think it was TCU, Texas TCU, maybe 2 weeks
Horns
ago.
down.
I'm not sure. And we look up and they'd score, and he'd be like, "We're done. And I'm like, "Dude,
Ooh, was that
it's
the
college
Texas
football.
Kansas State?
it might have been." I was really close. Like all I
Then
know
Kansas-
is like they were
yeah,
up like
Texas,
30.
Kansas State.
They were up like 36, and he was like, "This game is over. Our bet's completely dead." And I said, "Anything is possible. Never give up on your dreams." I said that like 10 times throughout the day. Before we leave for the ceremony, I look up at the TV screen. They're down like 3 points about in scoring position in the red zone. And I sent him a picture of it, and I was like, anything is possible. Like, never give up on your dreams, dude. So it's always better when you have someone that wants to ride with you and believe than a Debbie Downer while you're riding on a parlay. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Dude,
Kansas State.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah, that game was nuts.
That game was crazy. So, Be on the lookout in the future for Nightly Nonsense, some gambling advice also.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. So it's honestly probably going to be fade advice. So if you just fade us at all times, and we're going
here to give the advice.
Yeah, we're going to give the shout out early. So if you're an early listener, you're going to know to fade. Always fade, no matter what we say, no matter if it's a mega whale, no matter if we tell you to bet your mortgage on it, mortal lock of the century, fade us. You're in at episode 10, so we're going to give you, as fans, money back into your pockets. Always fade us.
And for the record, I'm not giving money to anybody. Just don't listen to us.
Just fade us and you'll get money.
There you go. You're out here offering up our hard-earned money to people if they follow our advice.
Yeah, if they fade us, then they're good.
There you go. I agree.
I will say, of the group, I am not a big sports gambler, but anytime I have ever just texted Dave and been like, hey, dude, double your bet. I'm in with you. We have lost 100% of the time.
100% of the time. I've been cold.
It's actually, that's such a funny take, Adam, because when I first started texting Dave about sports bets, he was very reclusive about it. Like he wouldn't want to share them with me because he had that same mentality of every time I share bets with someone, they're going to lose. But then I think Dave has seen me just being guns blazing. I don't care at all. I'll bet on anything at any time. 7-leg parlay, take all my money.
Yep.
And now he's always down. He's always down to ride.
I think this last Saturday, I woke up and one of the first things I did was, all right, here's my bets, Oklahoma State plus something. And they all failed. I lost them all.
I think did mine win or was it was close?
It was close.
It was at least 2 out of 3. Dude. I've been getting better at limiting my parlays. Before I was a 4 or 5 team crazy man, and now 3 is my limit because 3 is the most you're ever gonna get.
That's smart.
And 3 is you're getting a great return on your money if you can get 3 right. But
to be fair, I haven't this year, but the previous years, I've put $100 in, and I'm all right, I'm just gonna go until it runs out. And because that's the way I am, I'm a big 9-team parlay, bet $5 to win 10,000, and then I never win, and then
$10,000,
and then just 20 bets later of $5 a pop.
You just gotta get one, but you just gotta get one, and then you're good to go.
You get one, and you're set forever. You use it. You're betting with house money at that point.
Maybe next year.
Exactly.
Shout out to DraftKings, potential sponsor, but also DraftKings was very sneaky this year. I don't know if anybody else. You guys are in Missouri, so you don't know this, but
we don't.
One thing that DraftKings did this year at the very beginning of the football season, they were giving $5, a max $5 same game parlay, no sweat bet, right? So you can put $5 on it. And if you lose, the $5 just went right back into your account. Then, about 4 or 5 weeks into the season, they switched it on you without telling you. So that no sweat bet became a bonus $5 bet. And if you lose that, then you lose it. And you can't make it more, you can't make it less. And it's so it's a one-time use. It's not as good. So they snuck that little
withdraw it, right?
Very sneaky. No. That's very sneaky.
You can. What I loved about DraftKings, because all the sports books before is bonus dollars you could never withdraw. DraftKings, you can always withdraw whatever you have in your account, so that's good. But I never withdraw any of it because I lose it all anyway. So,
well, there you go. Well, and we're also not brand loyal to DraftKings. FanDuel, if you're out there listening, we've named an issue with DraftKings, so we're open to FanDuel Sportsbook sponsoring us as well.
But I also really like DraftKings, so if you guys are out there and you're listening, please. One last thing on sports betting before we move on. So I just went to the gas station to pick up some beers for the pod here. Yeah. And as I was walking out, there was a guy in his car hitting some scratch-off tickets. He came in after I checked out, got some more scratch-off tickets with his scratch-off ticket winnings.
Classic.
And I thought to myself, man, that's, it's kind of a little bit sad. It's just a different world than I'm used to. But then I thought about myself at 9 p.m., putting some women WNBA bets in, or firing off basketball bets that I've never even watched one of these teams play ever. And I was like, you know what?
It's
To
the
each
same
their
thing.
own. To each their own. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their thing.
I'm going to take my winnings from NFL Sunday and go all in on the WNBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. That's funny. That's awesome. No, I agree with you. But it appears less sad than the guy who's going in and using a scratch. What's the end goal with that guy, I wonder? Like, scratch off? He uses his winnings to get more scratch offs. Is he just trying to go for the jackpot and that's it?
I think it has to be.
I don't know. I think they're trying to hit like $100, and then if they hit $100, they'll go buy like a case of beer, 3 more scratch offs, and go home. Like that's what I think the general like goal is, which is similar to us, right? I'm trying to throw out 3 parlays or a first touchdown score. I'm usually trying to get some triple digit returns, and I'm just hoping for it.
Go buy beer for the pod.
To be fair, like I'll get like scratchers in my stocking at Christmas, and if I win like $5, I'll just turn that into more scratchers. Like, do I really just want $5? No, but like if I won say like $20, I'd probably cash that out. So it depends. Everyone's threshold's probably different.
Stocking stuffers draft, that'd be a good one too.
Yeah, future episode right there.
Yeah,
love a good stocking stuffer.
I love it.
Real quick, one last thing. I know I keep saying that. Is Mizzou good, though? Because it is on the notes here. Is Mizzou good?
I think Mizzou is legit. For all the Missouri listeners out there, Mizzou is good. A big win over Tennessee like that is convincing. Kept it close with Georgia.
They are going to beat the absolute brakes off of Arkansas.
They will do that.
And that would be very disappointing.
Arkansas, not good.
Bet against Arkansas at all times.
Always.
Also, bet against Duke at all times. Also, bet against Michigan State at all times. Those are my those are on my hate list.
Those
right
are
now.
some tips of the week.
Dave, we put in Duke on one of those parlays like 2 weeks ago or something, and I watched some of them play, and it was the most disgusting football I had ever seen. I was like, there's no way they'll win this game.
Early season frauds. They came out kind of hot at the beginning of the year, and everyone was like, "Oh, is Duke not just a basketball school?" Well, wrong. They are just a basketball school.
But if you've been listening to this entire episode, that tells you hammer Duke, you hammer Arkansas, and you hammer Michigan State.
Yep.
No. If you've been listening to this episode, that means you hammer the opposite of Duke, the opposite of Michigan State. Always fade us. Always fade. Always fade. Always fade.
Yeah. Same outcome.
Exactly.
But it's but anyway, Mizzou I think is good. The moral of that story. I think they're very good.
Mizzou's good. And we're gonna ride that into Chris, you got one more, just one more.
One more thing.
Sorry. What is the best possible outcome for Mizzou this year?
So they'll win out, they'll lose 2 games, and they'll get a very good bowl game.
Yeah, New Year's Day Bowl. They could play like the Outback Bowl is a big New Year's Day Bowl nowadays.
This is a good
really
Chris
what
Learns
that
sports
does,
opportunity. How many games are there in the college football season? 16?
No.
14?
12, I think.
12 before postseason.
So there's 2 more games left before.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, before bowls, and then we'll have a break, and then the NCAA championship will happen.
Well, I mean, they have the bowl games for all the teams that don't make the playoff, and then the playoff starts on New Year's Day.
Right? Okay.
And then those teams could play up to 14 games.
Yeah, like if Mizzou wins out, they'll get like one of the last bowls before the college football playoff. And then obviously what that does for the program is recruits see that they're now a good school. They're going to want to go there. They see the potential. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Big.
And then who are top contenders right now for the championship? Is it Texas? Is Texas one of them right now?
No. Well, it could take
even with a 9-1 record.
They could, if kind of like what we were talking about with Alabama, they could sneak their backdoor. They could backdoor it in, but they're going to need even more things to happen than just
the thing is
Alabama beating Georgia.
The playoff committee has shown that they favor the Big Ten in the SEC. So let's say it's Alabama and Georgia in the SEC championship. Alabama beats Georgia. They would put in a 1-loss Georgia that lost the SEC championship in over a 1-loss Texas that won the Big 12 championship.
Yes.
Interesting.
They would need Alabama to not win out. So say Alabama loses against Auburn.
Yep.
Then Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship, that puts Georgia in but knocks Alabama out. And then they need Washington to lose to Oregon in the Pac-12 championship.
Yep.
They need Florida State to lose a game. And they need, Ohio State and Michigan both to get one loss. I mean, it would take a lot for them to make it. Realistically, you're
right
looking
now
at
the 4 are Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and Florida State.
And then Washington's undefeated also, but they're on the outside looking in currently at 5.
So basically just whichever team loses between Michigan and Ohio State, Washington will jump to 4.
Yep.
As long as they're still undefeated. But
Okay.
Yep.
And like you said, we're going to ride that perfectly into our news segment brought to you by Fanatics. Let's learn sports.
Let's learn
Let's
sports.
learn sports.
Let's learn
Let's
sports.
learn
Let's learn sports.
Learn sports. Ooh, we're working on it. We're a work in progress. So, Chris and Dave, there's a little bit for you in this, Dave, as well. We're going to learn about the NFL draft today.
Ooh, I love the NFL draft.
Okay.
So, Chris, before we get into it, what do you know currently about the NFL draft? You got any knowledge? Like, do you know how many rounds there are? Do you know how picks are determined?
I should really know this because I should know when Brock Purdy was drafted, and he would have been in the last round, so that would tell me how many rounds there are. I'm going to guess there are 16 rounds.
There are not.
No.
So we have 7 rounds of the NFL draft.
Oh, man.
And
16 rounds. Do you know how many draft picks that would be?
It's long, dude. It's like 3 days long.
So day 1 is just the first round. Day 2 is second and third. Then the last day is 4th through 7th.
16 rounds.
The order is decided by record. So the worst team in the draft gets the first pick. The team that wins the Super Bowl gets the last pick, unless that they have traded that pick at some point throughout the season or previous seasons. And then, let's say this year, for example, the Bears traded with the Panthers. The Panthers have the worst record, so the Bears with the Panthers pick would pick first. So you can trade picks, and a lot of teams do that.
I didn't know that.
For value. The NFL commissioner announces every single pick in the first round, and everyone boos him. No matter what city, no matter what team, everyone boos him. And now the commissioner kind of leans into it a little bit. It's a fun little game that they play. Like, he'll be like, "Oh, that's all you got? Come on." Yeah. And then, like, cheer him to get them to boo him louder. So now it's just a fun little thing.
Like that.
Up until recently, so from 1965 to 2014, the draft was held in New York City. Now it is a bidding style. So your city can bid to get the NFL draft.
And last year it was in Kansas City.
That is correct.
Bingo.
I had a couple people that I know that went. They said it was a good time. They said it was honestly pretty hectic. Like, it wasn't a very well-organized event. But either way, they said it was a good time. And then, do you know how players become eligible for the draft, or at what point during their college career they reach eligibility and can declare?
They reach their eligibility.
Correct.
After their sophomore year, so junior year, they're officially eligible.
So you have to finish so it's 3 years removed from high school.
Years.
So you can either play your full junior season, or you can be a sophomore redshirt. So like, if you were redshirted your freshman year, played freshman, sophomore year, then you can go into the draft. And now, to make this a little more interactive, we're going to get Dave involved here as well. I'm going to ask you guys a couple trivia questions, and you guys together have to come up with an answer. So this isn't you competing against each other. You guys are working together to try and get the right
Chris,
answer.
Let's work together, baby.
So, in no particular order. Oh my God, you got that queued up quick.
I did.
In no particular order, I'll let you know what order they are in if you name the school. What in NFL draft history, what universities have the most players drafted?
And how many are we naming?
5. I need the top 5. And to be fair, it is actually 6 teams because 5 is tied between 2 universities.
All right, Chris. I think
Number 1, Alabama.
Alabama.
I said it first.
No, we're on the same team, Chris.
I know. I said it first, though.
So
right. It's
Alabama is in the top 5, but they are number 5.
And they're tied with somebody?
And they are tied with someone at 401 players drafted.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you have to remember, this is all time. So
Yeah. Yep.
Alabama was very good early on, and then they've been really good in the Nick Saban era, but they were iffy
Shady.
in the middle years.
They
there.
were a little shady. I think Notre Dame's going to be an answer, Chris.
Notre Dame?
Yeah, I think they will.
You want to lock that in?
We'll hold on that.
Okay.
We could lock
Oh.
it in because they have the history
Notre
there.
Dame has a history of being very good, having good players throughout history. I feel like I'm confident in Notre Dame.
Okay, lock it in.
Notre Dame.
In the number 1 slot, Notre Dame at
There we go.
525 players drafted.
Love
Did
it.
Rudy ever get drafted or no? He was kind of a one season kind of guy.
Yeah, I think he was just a one
He was
play
kind
wonder.
of a one-play kind of guy.
What a
Adam,
story,
we
though.
were, Adam,
That
we were on
Rudiger.
the same page on that
Yep.
one. Okay, so Notre Dame, Alabama. That's
We
two
got to
of
throw
those.
Georgia in there. It's got to be Georgia.
I agree.
He's gotta
I
be
was
in the
thinking
top
Georgia.
5. Yep.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Do we get 3 X's?
You get 3 X's.
Okay,
Okay.
we're going to lock in Georgia.
Georgia, lock it in.
That is your first X.
Okay.
I was
shoot.
concerned because they weren't great.
You
like,
didn't seem that
historically.
concerned, but okay.
I said
Yeah.
hold on.
Push back a little bit more, Dave. Stick up for yourself.
Dave,
I think Michigan is going to be one. I hate that school so
see,
much.
I'd go Louisiana Tech over Michigan.
Louisiana Tech. Terry Bradshaw went to Louisiana Tech. Fun fact. I think Michigan's in there.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're falling into the trap of thinking about where skill players come from. Where do the linemen come from? Where do the dogs
Wisconsin.
come from? Wisconsin, maybe
Iowa,
Iowa, maybe
Nebraska.
where are them corn-fed boys coming from?
Nebraska historically is an elite football program.
Mm.
Been trash for the last 13 years, 15 years.
Yeah,
But
Iowa State's been churning out some tight ends lately.
Yeah, but Iowa State historically has been trash.
Yeah, too small.
Too small. Big school now, though. I'm thinking. Can we say Michigan? Can we say
Yeah,
Michigan?
I'll lock in Michigan with you.
Lock in Michigan. Michigan is tied at 5th with Alabama. So you have Notre Dame in 1, then you have Michigan, Alabama locked in at the 5 spot.
Wow.
So we're looking
All
for
2,
we got
3,
a
and
gap
4.
here to fill.
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
It's gonna be those dang Buckeyes.
You think? Wait,
I
the
have
Buckeyes.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ohio State's one of them.
You want to lock in Ohio State?
There's some. I mean, we're not even like. Are we? I'm
See, thinking.
This is why I don't know enough
I'm,
about.
I'm really good at this game, Chris. I
All
am
right,
confident
lock it in.
Ohio.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Ohio
Ohio State.
State.
Lock it in.
In the 3 spot,
Running backs.
Ohio State.
Got to be running backs.
485.
Okay.
All right, Chris, I got another one.
Yep.
LSU.
I was gonna go. Okay. I was gonna go USC.
Ooh, oh, perfect. Yes, USC. Let's go with USC.
Locking in USC.
Lock
Yeah.
it in.
Lock it in.
In the 2 spot
Yes.
Wait,
At-
then maybe LSU.
at
LSU.
523. So only 2 behind Notre Dame. We're looking at USC.
Good. Okay. So
So right now,
great pick, Chris.
you guys
Okay.
have Notre Dame, USC, Ohio State, Michigan, and Alabama. So you're missing the 4 spot.
So what?
Okay, so here's my thought process. I have 3 schools in mind currently
Yeah.
to choose from, and we only have 2 X's left.
Correct.
LSU, Florida, and Florida State are my 3 that I'm in between right now.
I don't know the history, but I feel like Florida State is too new.
What, dude? I don't
What
know.
are some
They had,
really? What are some of the oldest programs of all time?
Well, that was
programs?
why I said Notre Dame and Alabama and Michigan are some old programs.
What is it called? What were the original football teams that started? Do we know that?
The
Or
St.
no?
Louis University Billikens made the first forward pass ever in football history at any level. Fun fact.
How about that?
Because could
They were
Penn
just chucking it
Penn
backwards?
State be up there?
Oh,
Could
that's another good one.
could
Oh my gosh. Penn State.
God, I'm
All
trying
right,
to
we got to choose one. We're dragging on too long here.
All right, I'm between Penn State, Nebraska, and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's a go. Dude.
Oklahoma?
The Texas Longhorns.
The
Texas Longhorns.
All right, name 2 professional players that got drafted from Texas.
Vince Young.
Okay.
Campbell. That Campbell guy, that running back. That's
That
legendary
Campbell guy.
God, what is his name? Earl Campbell
Matt
or
Campbell.
something?
Matt Campbell.
No.
Mitch Campbell, I think.
Colt McCoy. These are recent guys, but like Arch Manning will be.
Wisconsin? No. All right, what do you think? Between my 3, what would you go with?
You said who? Penn State, Oklahoma.
Penn State, Oklahoma, and Nebraska.
All right, between your 3, I'll go Nebraska. And we'll guess that, and then we have 1 X left, if that's not right.
Okay.
Are we locking in Nebraska?
Lock it in. All right.
Second X.
Dude, dang it.
So now I'm between Texas.
So you're between Penn State and Oklahoma, and then Dave had
It's
Florida,
Texas.
Florida State, LSU, and Texas.
But I'll knock out.
Not LSU.
Not LSU. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And just to really tease you guys, the last school is in your list of schools that you have to choose from.
Dude, it could be Florida. Just think of the talent that came out of there. Percy Harvin, the Pounceys, Tim Tebow, even guys like Jeff Driscoll went there.
Yeah, but when we're talking about, because like Florida State's probably pretty high up on the list too, right?
Deion Sanders.
Wait, Florida, is that the same as Miami?
No.
Different schools.
But Miami won't have anybody because it's not on our list, and he said it's on our list. And they
That
have
is a
had
good
any.
guess.
Okay,
though.
so the reason I'm saying that though is because it's one state divided among 3 potential schools that could be taking talent, right? So
You're right.
whereas Nebraska was still on the list, Nebraska's the whole
Nebraska
region.
was an X.
Oh, that's what we okay.
got.
So Oklahoma is Oklahoma and OSU.
So
So
Oklahoma,
it's
you
2
have,
instead of 3.
You have Sam Bradford, and you have some of the quarterbacks that are young talents now went there. We have DeMarco Murray, Adrian Peterson. That's all Oklahoma guys.
I like that.
Landry Jones went there. Fun fact. All right. Oklahoma.
Chris wants it. Chris wants it.
You want to go Oklahoma?
I do want to go Oklahoma.
All right, we'll go Oklahoma. But for the
Oklahoma
record,
just seems like that's where. Like,
For the
what else is
record-
there to do in Oklahoma?
But there's also they have to. That means they just pull their talent from Texas. All right, so we'll go Oklahoma, but I'm reserving the fact that LSU I think was a good guess. But all right, we'll go.
I
Oklahoma.
think Texas is probably higher than LSU. We'll go
Okay.
Oklahoma.
In the
Oklahoma,
4
lock it.
spot,
We'll lock
your
it in.
Oklahoma Sooners,
Yes.
414.
I don't even need to learn sports. I know it.
He knows.
Intuitively.
Chris,
All
that was
right.
great, Chris.
And then-
Wait, where does Texas fall? Do we
I'll
know?
have to pull that up. I only
okay.
pulled in the top 10, or top 5, but I'll pull my article back up and I will let you guys know. But because that one went a while, I'm just gonna skip one of the trivia questions. We're just gonna go to the last
That
one.
was one trivia question.
That was
that was
one
one.
trivia question.
That was one. So
That's
this,
That's what I was saying. We were spending a lot of time on it.
this is more of a. This is purely just a one answer, and this is since 2010.
Okay.
What is the only round of the NFL draft that a QB has been drafted in but hasn't produced a Pro Bowler?
Okay.
So there's
first-
7 rounds. What
Yeah.
round has not produced a Pro Bowl quarterback?
First round,
since 2010.
obviously. First round obviously has because a lot of the big guys were first round picks.
Yep.
Seventh round,
Seventh round has to. Yeah.
Brock Purdy. Did he?
Tom
but he
Brady.
has. Tom Brady
Since
wasn't the
2010.
last round.
Wasn't
So
he in
this
the
is-
round? Oh.
This is
Tom.
players drafted since 2010.
Oh.
So not like playing during that time.
And it's not just quarterbacks, right? Or you said quarterbacks?
No, this is
just
quarterback
quarterbacks.
specific.
Quarterbacks only. Okay.
Yes.
I think like Dak Prescott was taken in the second round, so
He was taken in the 4th round.
fourth round. Look at that help from the questioner. So fourth round's out, first round's out. Brock Purdy hasn't made one yet, has he? Or did he make it last?
Let's say 5. It just seems like it's in the slot right there.
You want to lock that in?
Seems like 7 and 6 probably. Maybe 6. 5 or 6 is what I'm on.
All right. I feel better about 5 than 6, and I don't know why. So I'll agree to 5, and that you shot from the hip on 5, so we'll go 5.
Trust your gut. It is round 5.
Oh,
Look at that.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Let's go.
And then I'm just going to run through these because I did think this was kind of interesting, and I was going to have this as a question, but it would take a very long time based on how you guys have done on this so far with really thinking it through. You're really doing your work. This is the highest percentage of Pro Bowlers drafted per round. Like, which position has had the highest percentage of their players that are drafted in this round become a Pro Bowler? So since 2010, 57% of tight ends drafted in the first round have been Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
For round 2, running backs and centers have the highest percentage of Pro Bowlers. Round 3, offensive guards. Round 4 and 5, both fullbacks. Round 6, at 8.3% of quarterbacks drafted have become Pro Bowlers. And then round 7, centers. How about that? That's wow. Well, there you go. And that's Let's Learn Sports. I hope we all learned a little something today.
Exactly. Let's learn sports.
And now
brought to you every week by Fanatics.
By Fanatics. Now, we spent a lot of sports time here, so we're going to switch gears a little bit, and Chris is going to teach us a little bit about animals again. What you got for us this week, Chris?
Guys, I'm excited. This is a cool one. So you'll find these in Eastern Africa, in Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda.
Can I guess what animal you're getting ready to tell us about?
There's no way you guess it right.
Lemurs.
Not even close. Not even somewhat close. This could probably eat a lemur.
Okay, cool.
Komodo
Are you guys
dragon.
familiar with the shoebill stork?
If I would have guessed shoebill stork, no, I have not.
Is it
you
a
guys,
bird?
You guys look up a picture while I go through some of these facts. Yes, it is a bird. They can grow to about 5 feet tall.
Jesus.
Their bill looks like a Dutch wooden clog.
Ooh,
And
I'm
so
familiar.
just their solid
Gosh.
bill can
Look at
be
that.
around 8 to 9 inches long, which is like really long, right?
This
Yeah.
guy is intimidating.
And it
It's
can grow up
really
to
long.
like 4 to 5 inches wide, which is like that's pretty wide too, right,
That's
ladies?
That's thick.
pretty girthy.
Yeah, I mean we're talking
Couple
about 8
C's on
inches and
that.
4 inches. Like that's a lot. Their wingspan up to 8 feet, an 8-foot wingspan.
No way.
Dude, they're sorry to cut you off, but
They're crazy.
their like scientific name is the Balanceps rex.
Yep.
Balinoceps.
They do have some prehistoric DNA in them. And
That looks like a
interesting fact,
dino for sure.
do either of you guys remember what it's called when the female displays different characteristics than the male? We learned it last
You
week.
told us this last week. I remember you telling us this last week, but to be honest, I wasn't taking notes, and that's on me.
Sexually dimorphic.
Dimorphic.
So they are not.
I'm
They
gonna
are
write
not.
that
They're actually
down.
monogamous, and they have long-term partnerships. They choose one other.
Oh, you were
bird.
just testing us on
No,
that
well,
one?
I have another great word for you guys this week.
Oh,
The shoebill stork practices urohydrosis, which means that they poop on their legs to lower their body temperature and protect them from the sun.
I've done that a time or two
Yeah,
myself.
I mean everyone has.
Who hasn't engaged in a little urohydrosis?
So the shoebill
Good for the
stork,
skin.
the shoebill stork, can like mess around with like a mid-sized grown Nile crocodile and can even take down like a small deer.
Wow.
They're excellent
tell that
hunters.
deer,
They're very,
mess
very
around.
patient.
They don't
and-
discriminate.
yeah, they can
Crocodile
go.
to deer. They're all
They
over
can
the place.
stand completely. They prefer fish. That's their big thing because they stand
Okay.
completely still.
Me
They
too.
can stand like that and not blink for hours. They're actually great friends with hippos because the hippos stir up the mud and the silt in the rivers and drive the fish to the banks, which is where they're typically hunting.
I knew I liked the shoebill.
They can clatter their bills like this, and it makes like a machine gun sound. So like that's, if you ever hear like machine guns and you don't think it's actually a machine gun, it's a shoebill stork, just in case you're ever walking around East Africa without a guide.
Machine gun
No
Kelly
need to
should
worry.
change his
It's
name.
just the stork.
Yeah,
Machine
and I'll
Gun
throw a link in
Shoebill
the
Kelly.
I'll throw a link in the YouTube description with some cool shoebill stork footage. But they're currently listed as vulnerable with populations trending downwards. I would say go out and donate and support shoebill storks, but don't. We need to protect the chimps and the sea turtles and the whales and the pandas first. You can do that by visiting the Wildlife Foundation at WWF, World Wildlife Foundation, or more importantly, you can go donate at 4ocean.com. I think it's easy to forget the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It takes up 1.6 million miles of the Pacific. It's all garbage. It's like 100 kilometers deep. It's a tragedy. I think it's easy to forget that humans are disgusting rats that are polluting the earth. But
are you a big straw and tortoise nose kind of guy, like defending against that?
yeah, I don't believe in paper straws because it's just like that doesn't make any sense. But like if you're carrying around a reusable straw and you take that on as a mission for yourself, I respect that.
There you
go. There's a continent essentially the size, 2 times the size of Texas, floating of garbage out in our oceans right now, and it grows by 100 million tons every year. So,
tough.
donate your money there. The shoebill storks are cool,
Jack could
but
survive
they
on
don't
that,
need your
probably.
money. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's
well, there you go.
That's Chris Teach's Animals. Chris's Animal Fact of the Week.
Love that. Presented by the World Wildlife Fund.
And 4Ocean.
I love this. It teaches me so much
really
more about
great.
a topic that I'm not knowledgeable about. So thank you, Chris.
I know.
Yep.
I know nothing about it. So this is very informative for me. I love it.
Comment what you'd like to hear more about. What animals you're interested in. If I should mix in
Snow
some
leopards.
insects and some other
Snow leopards.
some other parts of the animal kingdom.
Snow leopards.
Snow leopards are awesome, dude. Snow leopards
They are so sick.
They're sick.
They're so sick.
All right, Chris. Thank you for that. Thank you for animal facts.
Yep.
Always.
And now, Chris touched on it earlier. At least for the time being, we are going to put a hiatus on the wavelength game. We nailed 1 to 50 first time. We feel like that's a great point to transition off of it. Give you guys some new content. So this isn't original content, but it is new to the Nightly Nonsense Pod. We are going to do Family Feud, and big bonus for our YouTube listeners, we have a digital version of Family Feud so you can watch and play along with us, or if you're just a Spotify listener, you can listen. And as always, our games are brought to you by SeatGeek.
SeatGeek. If you're looking for tickets to a sporting event, concert, comedy show, go to SeatGeek.com.
Not a movie.
Not a movie. Use our link.
Maybe check and see
At
if they
least
got
check
your
it out,
movie on
yeah.
there.
Check it out.
You never know. All right. Let's go. Welcome back to the Family Feud. Name a popular type of pie. Top 5 answers on the board.
Hit me, Dave.
I think I'm going to go with the apple.
Apple. Show me apple. 78. First answer on the board.
We're going to go with cherry.
Cherry.
Whoa, cherry. I would have gone pumpkin, but we'll go cherry. Oh, number 2,
Ooh,
cherry.
Let's go pumpkin.
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 Ken. There it is.
I think I'm going to go with a pecan, a pecan, a pecan.
Pecan.
Ooh.
All right. Number 3.
Do we think
for the number 4 answer here?
Like a dessert type pie? Do we think chocolate could be on there?
I think Dave's a big key lime guy. I think we should throw it
Key
in
lime.
there.
That's a good one.
Key lime.
Ooh, first X. So just so you guys know, this is timed. So it's more time.
We only have 10 seconds left.
I don't know how to spell chocolate.
Chocolate.
Is that right?
Yep.
No.
Oh no.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
It was blueberry.
Sweet
Sweet
potato.
potato. I wouldn't have gone.
But we beat Mr. P. McEnany.
We're playing just a computer guy. This is P. McKinney. We are up 103 to 73 after round 1. Round
All
2.
right.
Good
Here we
answer.
go.
Good
Worth
answer.
double.
Good
Worth
answer.
double.
Good
Good
answer.
work, team.
Fourth double. Here we go.
I need to hear some more good answers out there. Okay, let's do this one in order. So we each give one answer, like they do at the beginning of Family Feud. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start with Dave. We'll start with Dave. Go Adam, then me.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
We
Dave,
have top
double points here.
Top 5 answers on the board.
Name something that might be sold at a funeral home's going out of business sale.
I'm gonna go with caskets.
Casket. Is that right?
Yep.
Coffin.
Yes.
Coffins.
Number 1
On the
answer.
board.
Chris, it's
Adam. Good answer. Good answer.
I'm gonna go with flowers.
Yes, good answer. Yes, on the board. Chris, your turn.
I'm gonna go with urns. Number 2.
good
Number
one.
2. Good work, team. Good work, team.
Okay, I think I will go with a chair.
I mean, they got
Furniture or pews. The
good
chairs
answer.
sneaks
Good
in.
answer.
Adam,
Good
we need
answer.
you here. 20 seconds.
I'm gonna go with tissues. You know, they might have
Yes,
tissues on deck.
yes.
Who's crying?
Good
for those
answer.
This is
I'm gonna
tough.
go photos.
Photos. I'm gonna go with
Farts.
pictures. Pictures.
Number 4 answer was the hearse.
Hearse.
Interesting.
Ooh,
The
but we
McKinley
beat-
family does have a chance to steal.
They did not.
Okay.
All right,
After
right,
round
we're-
2, we
we're
are at
up big.
335. P. McKinney is at 247. Going into round 3, we're going to start with Adam, then we'll go Dave, then Chris
Suck
this
it,
time.
McKinney.
All right.
Adam, are you ready?
I am ready. Round 3. Your
Round 3.
Answers will be worth triple.
Triple points.
Here we go.
Adam,
Top 5
name
answers.
something that follows the word shark.
Bite.
Bite. No.
Oh, I'm gonna go
Dave.
with bait. Shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha. Yes.
I'm going to go with attack.
Yep.
Oh,
Number
man,
2.
that's what I was gonna say. Adam.
Finn, you were going to say it, Adam. Finn,
Yeah,
go with
go
it.
Finn.
Trust it. Oh.
Oh man, I'll go with fishing.
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 No.
So I do
McKinley
think
has
we
a
can
chance to
keep
we
guessing,
can
but
keep
if
going
we
here.
keep if we keep guessing, I think we get negative points.
Oh.
So we got to feel good
Okay,
about
let's
it.
think it out. Let's think it out.
Name something that follows the word shark. Shark
Vacuum.
attack.
tank. Shark
Tank.
tank.
Shark Tank.
Yep. Oh, that's good.
Number
Yep.
1 answer.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
huge.
keep working
Dave.
There we go. Shark. Shark.
Shark food?
No.
No, that'll be
no.
negative. I say we just hold there.
All right, we beat Mr.
Number
McKinley.
4. Shark Week.
Shark
and
Week
Shark
and Shark-
Tail.
Hail.
Over
Oh,
Finn?
the movie Shark Tale.
Oh, Shark Tail.
Hey, we won. We're
still
going
in the
to
lead.
fast money.
We're going to fast money.
Oh my gosh.
So what are we
How
doing
does-
here?
We're going to fast money.
We're all playing?
Yeah, we're just all playing.
Sure.
Okay, we're just blasting them.
We're probably
We don't
gonna
want
get an
Dave to
ad
get up
here.
and go away here?
No, because I don't
No.
think it'll be like that.
Okay. We're just going to go for it.
We're just gonna find out how it's like.
All right, here
Fast
we go.
money.
Fast money.
We need to earn
Name
100
something that
points.
comes in a pack of 6 or 12. Beer.
Beer.
Beer. Bingo.
Soda.
Name something a pig might be asking for when it says oink oink. Food.
Food.
Tell me
good.
something you'd need if you wanted to look like a magician.
A wand.
Wand.
A wand.
What's the worst thing to forget to take with you to the beach? Towel.
Sunscreen.
Towel.
Towel.
Ooh.
Towel.
Name a profession you shouldn't go into if you have bad aim.
Archery.
Cop.
Police officer.
Yeah.
Police officer.
All
All
right.
right. Here we go.
Beer.
Name something.
38.
38 points for beer.
Okay, we need 100. We're at 38. Oh, we've already done it.
87 for food.
We've already done it, folks. This is
Oh,
going to be incredible.
Towel 18. Cop
51.
217 points. I think
So-
we're going home with a brand new Chevy Impala. Look at that.
Good
Wow.
work, team. Good work.
Look at that.
That's pretty exciting.
I love that. A new we get $50,000. I think we come back next week to
Yeah, we get to come back next
50,000.
week.
Well, I
That was
think
electric.
actually what happens is whatever the total number of points we get there, that's what SeatGeek sends us, right? In dollars?
Yeah, exactly. In money.
Heard that
I'll
first.
have to-
Heard it here first, SeatGeek. That'll be $217. Thank
No, it was like
you
1,000
very much.
or something like that.
Oh, because we got a couple bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Incredible.
That
Great
was
job,
fun.
everyone.
As we mentioned earlier, if we get to 100 subscribers, if we get to 100 listens, or if we get to 100,000 followers on Instagram, we will take a random subscriber, follower, listener, and we will bring them on to bring back the wavelength game 1 to 100 until we get it right.
Also, if any listeners have any suggestions for games to play, sound off in the comments because we're always open to suggestions on that.
Yeah,
absolutely. So coming up next week, we're going to a little teaser. We're going to do, obviously, in time for the big holiday, we're going to do a Thanksgiving food draft. So that'll be something to look forward to. Those are always a good time. I've been thinking about my picks. I already kind of have my draft strategy in order here.
Same here.
I'm going to take a lot of the notes that we learned from the NFL draft this evening and apply those to my food draft, I think.
Great.
I think so.
A couple other things,
that.
couple housekeeping items. Dave and I think it's a great Thanksgiving will be a great time to debut our betting segment. So we'll throw out some bets for Thanksgiving Day. Next week for Chris's animal facts, I think I'll go over the turkey.
Yeah,
it's a good animal to learn a little bit more about.
Absolutely.
As we touched
more
on
than just
earlier,
your food.
Guys, if you have a comment, even if you don't have a comment, make up a comment and post it. Send it.
Don't text.
Let us know.
Well, not don't text us, but if you're going to text us, also put it in the comments.
Yeah. Beyond that, share it with your parents, share it with your grandma, share it with everyone because, it'd be great
We're a pod of the people for the people.
We are.
Right.
Thanksgiving conversation at the dinner table. Check out my friend's podcast, Nightly Nonsense. That's a good topic of conversation.
Yeah, or if you have like a racist uncle who's gonna ruin Thanksgiving, then just don't talk and play our podcast throughout your Thanksgiving dinner for everyone to listen to.
Very loudly. So there you go. Love it.
As always.
That's Nightly Nonsense.
See ya.
See ya.